The reason I'm hatching all my eggs is because today I'm testing a theory. The theory is the Pokemon that you hatch from eggs are dependent on the location where you receive the egg. So what I'm gonna do is clear out my inventory, head back to the Execute nest from 2 days ago, pick up 9 eggs there, and see if any of them will hatch into Executes. I'm out on a beach walk, hatching my eggs, and I had to take a respite here in this little shelter because it's so windy, I didn't think you guys would be able to hear me. But they're getting close to hatching, so I'm gonna put an egg on, and by the time I get back to the condo, they should be hatched. Let's see what I get. Egg hatches are worth 100 experience per kilometer it takes to hatch that egg. So a 2-kilometer egg gets you 200 experience, a 5-kilometer egg is 500 experience, and a 10K egg is 1,000 experience. With the lucky egg on, you double all that, and that's a lot of experience gained in a short amount of time. Okay, the eggs are hatching. I'm taking sanctuary here at the whale sanctuary to stay out of the wind. Let's see what I'm getting. I have 6 5-kilometer eggs and 3 2-kilometer eggs. Diglett. Cool. I guess. Weedle. I'm actually excited. 50 candies. Perfect. I have a lot of evolutions to do. I know you guys are waiting for them. We got Pikachu. I've got Metapod, Kakuna, Nidoran. I'm getting really close to Nidoking. 96 candies. I might have enough to transfer. I picked up all these eggs yesterday in Lahaina. Not sure how relevant that is. Shelder. Sweet. I think I can evolve another one of these now. Oh, 39. Getting close. Bulbasaur. Yes. 70 candies. It's getting there, guys. I'm gonna have that Venusaur soon. Magikarp. 158. Almost halfway there. Doduo, yes. I do need to evolve one soon. Hopefully this one has good IVs. By the way, I'm using Poke Assistant now to check IVs. It's not exact. It gives you a range, but it's safe to use. You're not logging in to anything, any third-party services with your Google account. Tentacool. Yes! I need a good one of these to evolve too. This should be the last one. Bellsprout. I'm so stoked about that. I'll still only have 19 candies though. Getting closer. That's it. Let's catch this Pikachu. This. I'm so low on Pokeballs already, so when something like that happens, it hurts. That's it. Good hatches. I'm gonna go check IVs now. Back here at the plantation, already the first Executes showing up. So we're gonna catch a bunch, spin the Pokestops, hope for some eggs, see what happens. I don't know if I've told you guys this yet, but my favorite thing in the world is when clouds roll over the top of mountains like that. Whoa! Is that for real? There's really a Kingler here right now. Ugh. Should I catch it?
I need one.
I kind of don't want to catch it.
Why? Because you want to evolve it?
I want to evolve one.
702.
I want to evolve one and have my lucky egg on so I get that double experience.
Nick,
I'm gonna skip it. Some of you might be mad at me, but I'm gonna skip this Kingler. Dang, I at least want to look at it.
Why you gotta make my milkshake better than yours?
24, mine's 24 CP.
Are you serious?
24, not even worth.
Oh yeah. Mine is worth catching.
I'll take the double experience later on with the lucky egg.
Mine is so worth.
Let's see if this pavilion yields me an egg. Still no eggs.
It's not like some scrawny little Pikachu.
Still no eggs. Gotta figure out the best route here. This is really inefficient. Can I go this way?
Oh my God.
It seems really inefficient to walk all the way out the driveway here to hit this one Pokéstop. And to be honest, I never saw an Execute spawn this far out. So I have a feeling that that Pokéstop isn't technically counted as part of the nest. So what I'm gonna do is keep circling around the 4 inside the courtyard. And hopefully I can do that at a rate that's gonna let them all refresh perfectly by the time I come around again. I'm gonna walk back. There was an Execute right here. Might as well spin this. 1 egg. That's 1 egg. Is it a 5K? It's not. So we know for sure that's not an Execute. Lap 2, looks like the Kingler's still here. Still not interested. Give me the eggs. Nothing. This is not looking good for time. I have 1 egg so far. We've been here about 15-20 minutes. I just found a little shortcut that's gonna make this go a little bit quicker. This place does not want to give me eggs. Well, at least my route's working out to pretty much perfect timing. Things seem to be coming back up right as I come around. You know, at least by the end of this, I'll probably have a lot of Pokeballs. Come on. Well, at least at the end of this, I'll have a better idea of what the egg drop rate is. Although, to be honest, I feel like it's never taken me this long to get eggs before. This is the one, I have a good feeling. I lied. I made that up because I thought it would help. How about this one? If I'm not gonna get eggs, I'm at least gonna get Executes. 3 Executes, 0 Execute eggs. If that would just take me on a tour of the Pokestops over and over again, I would pay at least 20 bucks for that. There it is. We did it. We got an egg. I stopped filming because I just thought it wasn't gonna happen. But it is a 5-kilometer egg. Let's hope we get lucky. That's another one. I hope it's a 5K. 5. It's finally happening. Hopefully this snowballs, we just keep it rolling. I feel like every time I pass through this part of the walk, I just have to stop and stare for a second. Dang, that one's a 2K. Oh, lay me an egg, please. We did it, guys. It took almost 15,000 steps and an hour and a half at least. But we now have 7 5-kilometer eggs that we can go hatch. So, on top of the 15,000 steps that I've already taken, we're gonna do another 5 kilometers tonight. Let's go. I was so relieved to be done collecting eggs that I forgot I'm here alone now. I let my sisters take the car back because I was taking too long, so now I'm here waiting for them to come and pick me up. So I guess I'm just gonna walk up and down, back and forth around the parking lot to start getting some distance on these eggs. It's starting to rain. I'm gonna go stand under a tree. Oh wait, Mans is here. Whew. Alright, we're back. I really have to pee. They closed the bathrooms on me at that place. So for like an hour I was walking around just... So I'm gonna go pee. And then we're gonna get to walking before it gets too dark. Rested my legs for a little bit, and now it's time to start walking. The eggs right now are at 0.6 kilometers. So I've got about 4.5 left to walk. A couple days ago, I cited a Redditor named Beast Tamer who did a bunch of research on eggs. So a lot of what I'm gonna talk about right now comes from his results. The maximum speed that you can travel and still get credit towards hatching your eggs is 10.5 kilometers per hour. Now the game doesn't track your exact speed as you're moving. The way it works is that it checks your location once per minute and figures out how far you've moved in that minute. So that means the maximum distance you can move in 1 minute and still get credit towards your eggs is 175 meters. If you want to get the most credit for your distance traveled, you need to walk in a straight line. The game checks your distance once per minute and draws a straight line from where you were 1 minute ago to where you are now. That means if you're moving in any kind of zigzag pattern, the distance that the game credits you for will be less than the actual distance that you've traveled. So theoretically, you could actually travel faster than 10.5 kilometers per hour, as long as the point that you end up is less than 175 meters from where you started. I'm on the wrong side of the street right now. There's a sidewalk over there. Now on top of only checking your distance once every minute, the game only updates the distance shown on your eggs every 4 minutes, so you won't see that number change every minute. Speaking of updates, my 2 kilometer eggs are hatching. You might have noticed that I just kept walking through those hatches. And that's because the game doesn't stop counting your distance just because you're hatching an egg, or looking at the menu, or even catching a Pokemon. That's right, you can catch a Pokemon and keep moving, and the distance still counts towards your eggs. Again, all this information comes from Beast Tamer on Reddit, so huge shout out for putting in the work to figure all this out. I think I'm gonna miss the sunset. I didn't realize that the beach was a couple blocks down if I walked this way. Oh well. I really wish I brought a skateboard. If you have to turn around, you want to stop and wait for a minute so that the game can update your distance. If you start heading back too soon, it won't count some of the distance that you've traveled. Got my distance, now it's time to head back. I actually overshot it a little bit. I should have turned around at 2.8, but these eggs are gonna hatch before I get back to the condo. Ooh, my legs are starting to get tired. My feet are starting to hurt. There's a lot of walking to do in vans. I gotta stop for a quick stretch. All right, let's keep moving. Perfect time to earn that medal. Wow. I'm sure I've walked a lot farther than that since I started playing this game. I just didn't get credit for all of it. All right, it's happening. This is it. This is the moment of truth. This is what 21,000 steps today has led up to. Let's see what happens. Oh, I hope you don't mind if I sit down for this. I've been walking quite a bit. We have 7 eggs hatching. So far, we have an oddish, not an execute. But I'm still happy about that. I don't see very many oddish. Ekans. That one I'm disappointed with. Rhyhorn. Not an execute. Staryu. I have enough to evolve another one. But again, not an execute. Oh, I don't have enough yet. I gotta transfer some. Bellsprout. Exciting, but not an execute. Another oddish. Still not an execute. One more egg. this be it? Not it. Well, that's actually pretty disappointing. We did not hatch an execute out of any of the eggs that we picked up at the execute nest today. Now, to be honest, that doesn't mean the theory is disproven. We would need a sample of at least 30 eggs to draw any significant conclusions. I'm pretty bummed because I still need an execute with good IVs. I haven't checked the IVs on any of the ones I caught today, but chances are they're not as good as one hatched from an egg. Overall, I'm not disappointed with the egg hatches. I got 2 Oddish and a Bellsprout, which are both Pokemon that I'm trying to evolve. For now though, I'm gonna get back to the condo because I want to eat dinner. Then we'll talk about IVs and maybe do some evolutions. 21,000 steps today, and I'm still taking the stairs. Alright, I'm here, I'm comfortable. I just checked IVs on all the Pokemon I hatched. I'm pretty satisfied. The Rhyhorn actually has perfect IVs, so that's my second perfect Pokemon. I'm really excited to evolve that. I have a ton of evolutions to do, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow in favor of talking more about eggs. While we didn't hatch any executes from the eggs that we picked up at the nest, we did hatch 3 grass types out of 7 5-kilometer eggs. Considering we picked up all these eggs from a plantation, a place where they're growing all kinds of different plants, I'd say this could be considered evidence towards eggs being influenced by the location of the Pokéstop where you receive them. This could work similarly to the theory that keywords affect Pokemon spawns, but again, we didn't collect enough evidence to come up with anything conclusive today. If I have a chance, I'll try to go back and collect more eggs from the execute nest, but if I don't have time, I might just have to find another nest when I get back to the mainland. Now to close it out, I'm going to answer a few questions about eggs. One question is, can Pokemon from lower tiers of eggs hatch from higher tiers? And the answer is no. Pokemon that hatch from eggs are set in the game data, and you'll never get a 5-kilometer Pokemon from a 10-kilometer egg, or a 2-kilometer Pokemon for a 5-kilometer egg. From a 5-kilometer egg. Does the order of unhatched eggs mean anything? There's been a lot of theories about this, that they're sorted by IVs or Pokedex number, and so far we haven't come up with anything conclusive. As soon as that changes, I'll let you guys know. Can you hatch region-specific Pokemon from eggs? So far, there's no credible confirmation of anyone hatching a region-specific Pokemon outside of their region. If eggs are like wild Pokemon spawns, in that they're related to the location where you find them, then it makes sense that region-locked Pokemon wouldn't be found in eggs that you got from outside of that region. There's still a lot that we haven't discovered about eggs yet, and as we learn more, I'll keep you guys updated. But for now, I hope this episode was helpful, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you tomorrow. Today's episode starts at the end of the day, with a lesson on something a lot of people have asked me about: curveballs. You guys have probably noticed that I throw curveballs every time I'm catching a Pokemon. There's been a lot of speculation and research on whether or not curveballs actually increase your chances of catching a Pokemon, but so far nothing's been conclusive. The only thing we know for sure is that you get 10 bonus experience for catching a Pokemon with a curveball. For me personally, the reason I throw curveballs is because it's just easier when playing with one hand.